Right, extra baggage. We all get extra baggage in life, don't we, Tyler? As we go through life. And you need somewhere to put your extra baggage. So we have got the Brit part tray basket thing for the back of the Defender 110. Obviously this won't fit in the 190. Now, we are going to do a video of how to install it. It's quite simple. And we're going to have a look at it. Now, we are using, if we're going camping, which we will do this spring, summer, it's great because we can put all the lighter things on the top here. We can put all the sleeping bags and clothes and stuff, and we can put the cooker and the food and the other stuff down below. So it's really good. Now, I do have a couple of slight reservations about this product. And to be fair, we wanted to do something similar, didn't we, Tyler? And we scratched our heads on it because you'll remember we've done a video, and if I remember, I'll put the link up there, where we took these side panels off that it's resting on, and we'll see when we do the install in a minute. And there was no metal bracketry behind the panel there. So to fit this, it's going to be quite simple, and we're going to do a test in just 1 second. I'm going to climb on the shelf. So normally the Land Rover comes new, and I thought it was a cat hammock at first, but apparently it's a sort of load covery thing. It comes with this sort of elastic net that goes over there, and it sort of hooks on these things, and it's useless unless you're a cat and you want to sleep. So you take these off and it goes on the same mounting point. So there's no drilling or anything required to fit it. Now, right, I'm going to try and get in it. Now, Brit Part do have a weight, they say. Now, obviously, you've got to consider not only what weight it will support without breaking the plastics, but also if there's any impact, whether it's going to stay in place or whether it's going to fly forward. I think that's unlikely. One thing I was noticing, I'm sure Brit Part will watch this, was it looks like the frame is made from a piece of tube that starts life as a straight tube and it gets bent. But they've put the join here at the front. You can feel and see it, which is not good cosmetically, and it's probably not good for strength. It might be better if they could put the join on one of these side bits. So, right. The other thing that's good is we are using the genuine Land Rover load space net at the back, which I think works quite well in conjunction with it. Everything you've got on here, you've got an increased risk of it flying backwards. And you could cable tie things. The mesh is really a good idea. The basket mesh, because it lets the light through when you haven't got it full of stuff. So it's not made a dark cavity under here. It's lightweight, and you can cable tie and strap things to it, which is really good. Right, should we do a test, Tyler?
Yeah.
Right, do you reckon I can climb in from the front, or do you reckon it's going to be not very elegant. I'm going to climb in. I'm going to take the net down and see if I can climb in over the seats. Right, here we go. Will it take assignment? This might all go wrong. We might break the plastic. Oh my goodness me. I don't know why you'd ever want to put a person on one of these, but will it take the weight of me? There you go. So it takes the weight of me. And the plastics aren't creaking or breaking. So I think that's test enough, isn't it, Tyler? Right, let's get on and show the install, if I can get out of here. Right, so I've managed to extract myself, not very elegantly, out of the car, and nothing has broken and nothing is damaged. There might be a slight dish in the basket, but absolutely pretty good, really. We're impressed. Right, so this is the fitting kit you get. This is what you get in the box. You get the tray, powder coated, black steel welded tray. You get 2 brackets. Now, the brackets are both the same. There isn't a left and a right bracket. They are symmetric about this axis. But they do have a little bend in them. And that's not because I've sat on it. That's because that's how they come from the factory. And that is to reflect the side here has a slight, ever such a slight slope up, doesn't it, Tyler? Yeah. It's slightly rising up as it goes towards the window. So that's how those brackets go. Right, so we first thing we need to do, let me jump in. Oh, that's a handy step, Tyler.
Yeah.
So we have got a Torx T30 domed bolts. See, before you coloured them in beautifully, Tyler, were these black?
No.
They are chromy shiny.
Yeah.
Now, we're debating why we need different bolts, because this is bolting through a thickness that's actually the same thickness, if not thicker, than the other one, isn't it?
It's a nicer bolt.
This bolt is nicer, isn't it? Because it's got the lead in. So I think we're going to reuse these bolts, Tyler. And otherwise, we've got to go and find another tool, haven't we? We've got to go and find an Allen head. Because just pass me one of those bolts there, Tyler. So let's just compare the 2 bolts. So they're the same length, so I don't see, these have got a bigger head, so they're going to spread the load better. And they've got the lead in, and they're the original, and I don't have to go and find a socket rather than a Torx. So we're going to I suggest you reuse these.
I think Torx are a bit better anyway, aren't they?
We like Torx. Less likely to round it off, not that we're going...
We still do though, so I do.
There we go. Right. They cost down for Brit Part. Look, they could save not putting those in the kit. So these are the little, you could keep those for when you want to sell your Defender.
Are people going to sell their Defender?
No.
It's not really a car you sell, is it?
No. We got no plans to sell this thing, even though they're worth crazy money at the moment.
Yeah.
Tesla, we sell the Tesla, wouldn't we? We don't want to sell in a Tesla.
Well, that's because of the battery, though.
Yeah. Right, so there we go. We got 4 of those off. So we are going to retain the screws. Right then, Tyler, do you reckon you could pass me a bracket, yes?
Oh, you're going to need another washer as well. They come with...
So we'll use their washers, shall we? We'll use their washers and we'll retain the original bolts. Well, Tyler's fitted this. I've been upstairs waffling. And I think all Defenders have got a black interior. I'm just trying to think whether it would clash, but have we seen any different colour interiors? I don't think we have we?
No.
It's like a Ford, isn't it? Any colour you like, as long as it's black. Okay, right, we'll put the other one in. Right, one thing to note is that this steel plate, they've threaded the plate to take the nut that's going to form the fixing for the tray. So I don't know if you can see there, but there's not a captive nut welded underneath. They've just threaded through the thickness, which should be sufficient. We could put an extra nut. Does it protrude through, did you see, Tyler?
Yeah, it does protrude through.
So we could put an extra nut on there if we were worried, because you've only got one thread there, haven't you, retaining it on the...
I was thinking you're probably going to put a nylock on it anyway.
A nylock on the air. Now you could put thread lock on these if you were super professional, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing, Tyler?
Just over-engineered.
Over-engineered, I thought it was...
It's a habit.
Right, so there we go, So let's get the tray in now and let's get the last bit done. Right, here is the tray. We've just been having a little debate amongst ourselves as to whether you should put this higher bit at the back, which seems obvious to me because you've got easy to go in, or wherever. As it's symmetric, you could probably fit it both ways, but we're going to stick with this way. Right, how tricky is this to route in, Tyler? We've got the back seats folded down. Is there a... let me see if I can do it. Is there a... Right, I'm going to go... fail. What's the trick?
That way.
That way, you've got to keep it... Yep, it does just fit in. Yeah, so you've got to keep it, you've got to get it up to the level above these parts, go up to this level, and then sort of rotate it in. And then we've got these fixings here. So we're going to need an Allen key. We're going to have to go and find that Allen. Line those up. Oh, it sort of slides about, that's easier. We got... Right then. You've given me the electric one, have you, Tyler? Right, then we can... Now everyone don't do them tight until you've got all 4 in, but you don't always want to watch me. Can you open and close the door again, Tyler? My interior light's gone out. Right, so that's in. Again, just do them loosely. We'll get all 4 in tight, but I just wanted to show you quickly, you have got some thread protruding here. So you could put some nylocks on there, which might not be a bad idea. If we sell them, we'll throw some nylocks in. Let's just put a nylock on there and see if it fits, Tyler. Right, so we've added some nylocks, which I think is quite a neat solution. If you look under there, Tyler, can you see that? Yeah. And that covers that exposed bit. But then it got me thinking, I must stop doing this, Tyler. I thought, well, if I want to go to my mate's house and move a washing machine, I've got this tray in here, which is great, but I've got to then find a Torx T30, an Allen head, and undo 4 bolts. And I thought maybe we could replace these original bolts that bolt the brackets in with thumb turns. Now, we could put the thumb turns in the basket here, but they limit the space in the basket. Whereas there's actually enough room, if you look round, Tyler, there's sufficient room behind here. So I've said, let's replace these ones that are at the back here, and there's enough room just to get your fingers on a thumb turn. And let's see, but the problem with this is, can we get the bracket, the new shelf with the brackets out? You got to have, it's not that easy, but once it gets going, if we were stuck, we could get it out, couldn't we, Tyler?
Yeah. Ben made a point the other day that it also acts as a roll cage.
It acts as a roll. I'm not going to suggest it's what do they call motorsport approved.
Yeah.
No. Right then, Tyler. So if you can film and help, let's right. You support that end of the thing. Let's see if we can get it out with these. I think we're there, aren't we? Yeah. So take. I'll grab that. So maybe this is a Simon tweak on the Brit part already good idea. Maybe we could supply it with 4 thumb screws so that you can sort of quick release it. And the thumb screws are as strong. There's no difference in strength between these two. They've got a steel section in the top there. So I think that might be a better way of doing it. And then you can release it quickly, put it back in quickly, and you're away to go. Let me know your thoughts. We will try and get these on the website now. One thing is with Brit part prices, we don't get, how do I say this? We cannot always compete with other Brit part resellers. They must have a lower cost structure than us. So these are available on eBay. We will put them on our website, but I don't mind if you buy them from somewhere else. You're free to choose, and we'll try and get competitive pricing as where we can. Right, good luck with that. Brit part basket tray done.